Good evening. I'd like to invite everyone that wants to join in. We're in chapter 60 today, the book of Jasher. But before I get started, if you're new and you're just scrolling through, looking for something, welcome, join in. This is a Christian channel, and if you're a Christian, I invite you to join in. You can look at my channel, and if you like what you see, you're welcome to join. Also, I have another friend who lives in Australia, streams on here too. He'll be on later, probably around 8 or 9 p.m., depending on where you're from. His name's Colin James McIntosh. You can look him up. We're all one big happy family. Let me repeat that again. We are one big happy family on here and over there too. A lot of the ones that follow me are from Colin's channel. We've known each other a long time now. There's no competition between us. It's not what it's about. It's about us doing the will of our Lord and Savior. But you're welcome to join. Hope that everyone is having a good day or has had a good day. And I hope God's blessed you. Chapter 60. The Angia's Tombasword. The year's 2310. Zepho escapes. And when the year came round, being the 72nd year from the Israelites going down to Egypt after the death of Joseph, Joseph the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, fled from Egypt, he and his men, and they went away. And he came to Africa, which is Dinabah, to Angias, king of Africa. And Angias received them with great honor. And he made Zepho the captain of his host. And Zepho found favor in the sight of Angias, and in the sight of his people. And Zepho was the captain of the host of Angias, king of Africa, for many days. Zepho enticed Angias, king of Africa, to collect all his army, to go and fight with the Egyptians and with the sons of Jacob, and to avenge them of their cause. But Angias would not listen to Zepho to do this thing. For Angias knew the strength of the sons of Jacob and what they had done to his army in their warfare with the children of Esau. Zepho was in those days very great in the sight of Angias, and in the sight of all his people. And he continually enticed them to make war against Egypt, but they would not. And it came to pass in those days, there was in the land of Chittim a man in the city of Puzima, whose name was Zuzu. And he became degenerately deified by the children of Chittim. And the man died and had no son, only one daughter, whose name was Jania, and intelligent. And done something here. And the damsel was exceeding beautiful, comely, and intelligent. There was none seen like unto her for beauty and wisdom throughout the land. And the people and Angiz, king of Africa, saw her, and they came and praised her unto him. And Angiz sent to the children of Chittim, and he requested to take her unto himself for a wife. And the people of Chittim consented to give her unto him for a wife. And when the messengers of Angiz were going forth from the land of Chittim to take their journey, behold, the messengers of Tumas, king of Behintu, came unto Chittim, for Carmus, king of Bebintu, also sent his messengers to request from Johnny for him, and to take unto himself for a wife. For all these men had also praised her to him. Therefore he sent all his servants unto her. And the servants of Tumas came to Chittim, and asked for Jania to be taken unto Tumas, their king, for a wife. And the people of Chittim said unto them, We cannot give her, because Angiz, king of Africa, desired her to take her unto him for a wife before you came, and that we should give her unto him. Now therefore we cannot do this thing to deprive Angiz of the damsel in order to give her unto Tumas. For we are greatly afraid of Angiz, lest he come against us and destroy us. And Tumas, your master, will not be able to deliver us from his hand. When the messengers of Tumas heard all the words of the children of Chittim, they turned back to their master and told him all the words of the children of Chittim. And the children of Chittim sent a memorial to Angiz, saying, Behold, Tumas has sent for Johnny to take her unto him for a wife. And thus have we answered him, and we heard that he has collected his whole army to go to war against thee. And he intends to pass by the road of Sardunia to fight against thy brother Lucas. And after that he will come back to fight against thee. And Angiz heard the words of the children of Chittim, and they sent to him in the record, and his anger was kindled. And he rose up and assembled his whole army, and came through the islands of the sea, the road to Sardunia, and to his brother Lucas, king of Sardunia. And Niblos, the son of Lucas, heard that his uncle Angiz was come. And he went out to meet him with a heavy army. And he kissed him and embraced him. And Niblos said unto Angiz, When thou askest my father after his welfare, when I shall go with thee to fight with Tumas, ask of him to make me captain of his host. And Angiz did so. And he came unto his brother, and his brother came to meet him. And he asked him after his welfare. And then Jesus asked his brother Lucas after his welfare, and to make his son Neblus captain of his host. And Lucas did so. And Angeus and his brother Lucas rose up, and they went toward Tumas to battle. And there was with them a great army and a heavy people. And they came in ships, and they came into the province of Ashtor. And behold, Tumas came toward them, for he went forth to Sardunia and intended to destroy it, and afterward to pass on from there to Angeus to fight with them. And then Angeus and Lucas, his brother, met Tumas in the valley of Canope, and the battle was strong and mighty between them in that place. And the battle was severe upon Lucas, king of Sardunia, and all his army fell, and Neblus his son fell also in that battle. And his uncle Angeus commanded his servants, and they made a golden coffin for Neblus, and they put him into it. And Angeus again waged battle toward Tumas. And Angeus was stronger than he, and he slew him. And he smote all his people with the edge of the sword. And Angeus avenged the cause of Neblus his brother's son, and the cause of the army of his brother Lucas. And when Tumas died, the hands of those that survived the battle became weak, and they fled from before Angeus and Lucas his brother. And Angeus and his brother Lucas pursued them unto the high road which is between Elphanu and Roma. And they slew the whole army of Tumas with the edge of the sword. And Lucas, king of Sardunia, commanded his servants that they should make a coffin of brass, and that they should place therein the body of his son Neblus. And they buried him in that place. And they built it upon it a high tower there upon the high road. And they called its name after the name of Neblus unto this day. And they also buried Tumas, king of Babintu, there in that place with Neblus. And behold, upon the high road between Elphanu and Roma, the grave of Neblus is on one side, and the grave of Tumas on the other, and a pavement between them unto this day. And when Neblus was buried, Lucas his father returned with his army to his land Sardunia. And Angeus and his brother king of Africa went with his people unto the city of Babintu, that is the city of Tumas. And the inhabitants of Babintu heard of his fame, and they were greatly afraid of him. And they went forth to meet him with weeping and supplication. And the inhabitants of Babintu entreated of Angeus not to slay them, nor destroy their city. And he did so. For Babintu was in those days reckoned as one of the cities of the children of Chittim. Therefore he did not destroy the city. But from that day forward, the troops of the king of Africa would go to Chittim to spoil and plunder. Whenever they went, Zapho, the captain of the host of Angeus, would go with them. And it was after this that Angeus turned with his army, and they came to the city of Pazimna. And Angeus took thence Jonia, the daughter of Ezu, for a wife, and brought her unto his city and unto Africa. chapter 61. And it came to pass at that time, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, commanded all his people to make for him a strong palace in Egypt. And he also commanded the sons of Jacob to assist the Egyptians in the building. And the Egyptians made a beautiful and elegant palace for royal habitation. And he dwelt therein, and he renewed his government, and he reigned securely. 23:10, Zebulun died. And Zebulun, the son of Jacob, died in that year. That is the 72nd year of the going down of the Israelites to Egypt. And Zebulun died 114 years old, and was put in a coffin and given into the hands of his children. 23:13, Simeon died. And in the 75th year died his brother Simeon. He was 120 years old at his death. He was also put in a coffin and given into the hands of his children. And Zapho, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, captain of the host, Angeas, king of Dinah, was still daily enticing Angeas to prepare for battle, to fight with the sons of Jacob in Egypt. And Angeas was unwilling to do this thing, for his servants had related to him all the might of the sons of Jacob, what they had done unto them in their battle with the children of Esau. Zapho was in those days daily enticing Angeas to fight with the sons of Jacob in those days. And after some time Angeas hearkened to the words of Zapho, and consented him to fight with the sons of Jacob in Egypt. And Angeas got all his people in order, people numerous as the sand which is up on the seashore. And he formed his resolution to go to Egypt to battle. And amongst the servants of Angeas was a youth, 15 years old. Balaam, the son of Beor, was his name. And the youth was very wise and understood the art of witchcraft. And Angeas said unto Balaam, Conjure for us, I pray thee, with the witchcraft, that we may know who will prevail in this battle to which we are now proceeding. And Balaam ordered that they should bring him wax, and he made thereof the likeness of chariots and horsemen, representing the army of Angeas and the army of Egypt. And he put them in the cunningly prepared waters that he had for the purpose. And he took in his hand the boughs of myrtle trees, and he exercised his cunning. And he joined them over the water, and there appeared unto him in the water the resembling images of the host of Angeas, falling before the resembling images of the Egyptians and the sons of Jacob. And Balaam told this thing to Angeas. And Angeas despaired and did not arm himself to go down to Egypt to battle, and he remained in his city. And when Zapho, the son of Eliphaz, saw that Angeas despaired of going forth to battle with the Egyptians, Zapho fled from Angeas from Africa, and he went and came unto Chittim. And all the people of Chittim received him with great honor, and they hired him to fight their battles all the days. And Zapho became exceedingly rich in those days. And the troops of the king of Africa still spread themselves in those days. And the children of Chittim assembled and went to Mount on account of the troops of Angius, king of Africa, who were advancing upon him. And it was one day that Zapho lost a young heifer, and he went to seek it, and he heard it lowing round about the mountain. Zapho went and saw, and behold, there was a large cave at the bottom of the mountain, and there was a great stone there at the entrance of the cave. And Zapho split the stone, and he came into the cave and looked, and behold, a large animal was devouring the ox. From the middle upward it resembled a man. From the middle downward it resembled an animal. And Zapho rose up against the animal and slew it with swords. And the inhabitants of Chittim heard of this thing, and they rejoiced exceedingly. And they said, What shall we do unto this man who has slain this animal that devoured our cattle? And they all assembled to consecrate one day in the year to him, and they called the name thereof Zapho after his name. And they brought unto him drink offerings year after year on that day. And they brought unto him gifts. And at that time Janiah, the daughter of Uzu, wife of King Angius, became ill, and her illness was heavily felt by Angius and his officers. And Angius said unto his wise men, What shall I do to Johnny, and how shall I heal her from her illness? And his wise men said unto him, Because the air of our country is not like the air of the land of Chittim, and our water is not like their water. Therefore from this has the queen become ill. For through the change of the air and water she became ill. And also because in her country she drank only the water which came from Perma, which her ancestors had brought up with bridges. And Angius commanded his servants, and they brought unto him in vessels of the waters of Huma belonging to Chittim, and they weighed those waters with all the waters of the land of Africa. And they found those waters lighter than the waters of Africa. And Angius saw this thing, and he commanded all his officers to assemble the hewers of stone in thousands and tens of thousands. And they hewed stone without number. And the builders came, and they built an exceeding strong bridge. And they conveyed the spring of water from the land of Chittim unto Africa. And those waters were for Johnny the queen, and for all her concerns to drink from, and to bake and wash and bathe therewith, and also to water therewith all seed from which food can be obtained, and all fruit of the ground. And the king commanded that they should bring the soul of Chittim in large ships. And they also brought stones to build therewith. And the builders built palaces for Jania the queen. And the queen became healed of her illness. And at the revolution of the year, the troops of Africa continued coming to the land of Chittim to plunder as usual. And Zapho, son of Eliphaz, heard of their report, and he gave orders concerning them. And he fought with them, and they fled before him. And he delivered the land of Chittim from them. 23:17. Zapho becomes the first Roman king. Sorry if you see me doing this, these little bugs flying all around me. And the children of Chittim saw the valor of Zapho, And the children of Chittim resolved, and they made Zepho king over them. And he became king over them, and whilst he reigned, they went to subdue the children of Tubal and all the surrounding islands. And their king Zepho went at their head. And they made war with Tubal and the islands, and they subdued them. And when they returned from the battle, they renewed his government for him. And they built for him a very large palace for his royal habitation and seat. And they made a large throne for him. And Zepho reigned over the whole land of Chittim, and over the land of Italia 50 years. That's Italy today. Okay? So, we've read 2 chapters today. And the only reason I done that's 'cause the breeze is blowing and it's keeping my phone kinda cool. But, that's it for our reading today. I hope everyone enjoyed it. And I hope to see you all on Colin's stream later on tonight. Hope God blesses everyone out there. And thank you for watching. Love you guys. Bye for now.